Hey guys, it is Silver Wolf 20, and this is going to be something just a little bit different from what you normally see on my channel. Me and my very good friend, who is about to introduce himself,
StarCraft goes.
we have decided, since both of us are fans of wrestling, specifically WWE, we both grew up watching it, we have both decided that we are going to start giving our opinions on the pay-per-view cards and giving our thoughts on who's going to win each match of this Over the Limit pay-per-view that WWE is starting. Which, it's a brand new pay-per-view. It doesn't look like it really has any kind of gimmick. It's just a regular, non-major pay-per-view. But just looking over the matches real quick, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good show. I don't know what Star thinks. I don't know how much he's looked into it, but I'll let him talk now.
I'm not gonna say I've unfortunately for me, work's been caught me up, so I haven't been able to look at or been able to watch like Raw and SmackDown, which kind of sucks. But from what I see, it's going to be pretty heavy hitting. Heck, even the freaking Divas Championship's going to be pretty heavy. It's pretty awesome, I think.
There might only be one match on this card that, well, the Divas title, you could question it, but the one that's really does not look like it should be on this card is the first one that we're going to talk about, and that is R-Truth versus Ted DiBiase.
True.
Which, just as my opinion, this should be a match that is done on Raw instead of a pay-per-view. But to basically give you guys an idea of how this was built up, after Cody Rhodes got drafted to SmackDown and R-Truth got drafted to Raw, Ted DiBiase basically approached R-Truth trying to hire him as his assistant, basically someone to carry around his bags and watch his back and all that. And R-Truth, of course, gets offended by thinking that Ted DiBiase basically wants him as the new Virgil. Virgil, of course, being the bodyguard of his father, the $1 Million Man. Now, when Ted DiBiase asks R-Truth if he's willing to be hired or not, R-Truth basically slaps him in the face. And this match has been building up that way ever since, until it was either on Monday or last week, Ted DiBiase actually brings out the original Virgil as his new bodyguard. So that might be interesting in how it plays out with Virgil being in the corner, but overall this should still be a match that's done on Raw. So,
Yeah.
Star, who do you think is going to win this one, R-Truth or Ted DiBiase?
I kind of want to see underdog. I want to see R-Truth, but I'm probably gonna say DiBiase is going to take win. Just because I think this is more of like a filler match, if anything else. This is, like you said, it's supposed to be on. It's something that could have been on Raw. So I say it's DiBiase.
I could actually see this one ending in one of two ways. Either Virgil is going to help Ted DiBiase beat R-Truth, or Virgil's going to wind up getting revenge for how the $1 Million Man treated him in the past and take it out on his son, Ted DiBiase Jr., and cost him this match against R-Truth, and then it may turn into a Ted DiBiase Virgil feud.
Yeah.
So if that happens, definitely expect R-Truth to win, but if Virgil does his job right, expect Ted DiBiase to pick up the win.
Yeah.
But the next match we have is the Divas Championship. And before we get to this, one question. Why is the women's title not being defended on this pay-per-view?
I have no idea.
Because you have basically every title being defended here except for the $1 Million title, the Women's Championship, and the United States Championship. Now, the U.S. title I can understand because it just changed hands on Monday, and you didn't really have time to create a title match. And considering The Miz is in another match on the card, no time for a rematch. I can understand that one, but the other two titles, come on, make the R-Truth versus Ted DiBiase match for the $1 Million title. That would have made it more interesting and would have made it pay-per-view worthy. But But now we have the Divas Championship match, Eve versus Maurice, which there's really not much to say about it. It is a Divas match. I have not really paid attention to how this one has been building up, but all I do know is Eve beat Maurice for the Divas title, I think, and now Maurice is getting her rematch. But who do you think is going to win this one, Star?
I'm going with Eve.
You going with Eve? Why?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Don't know or don't care?
Don't care.
Don't care either. I'm actually going to...
My two favorite divas aren't wrestling anymore, so I don't care.
Who are they?
Ashley and Lita.
Lita or Layla?
Lita.
Yeah, Lita was good. But with Beth Phoenix out of action and Mickie James gone, there's really no diva left worth watching. Except for maybe Kelly Kelly. But
they're good on the eyes, but they're not good
in the ring, no. But if I have to give my prediction on this, I have to go with Maurice to win, just because Maurice is the diva that they're really pushing right now. So I expect Maurice to win the Divas title tomorrow night. But now the next match that's listed on WWE.com is one that I had alluded to earlier when I was talking about the United States Championship. The Unified Tag Team titles are on the line. The Hart Dynasty versus Chris Jericho and The Miz. Now, the night of the draft, the Hart Dynasty, with the help of Natalia Neidhart,